Well, the rally, I think, happened late in the day. Immediately on the announcement, I think there was a little bit of an uptick, a little of a rally in treasuries, a little reaction in the yen. I don't know whether we are overinterpreting this. It may well be Jay Powell spoke for a few minutes, and maybe some algorithms picked up what he said. One of the, I think, hallmarks of Jay Powell is that he doesn't talk much, and his brief speech he gave is one of the longest speeches he's given. I mean, he has given longer speeches, but he hasn't given any speeches of substance on monetary policy, and that's because he's, in my view, agnostic on monetary policy because he is a lawyer. He is not a PhD economist, and by all means we don't need one necessarily to run the Fed, but he is a lawyer, and he seems to be, historically at least, appeasing his boss, be that Obama, who appointed him first, or now Trump. And the question really is what's going to happen if and when we have the next downturn.
So, Axel, no real specifics on monetary policy today, but we do know that Jay Powell has been a longtime ally of Janet Yellen. He's reaffirmed repeatedly the path that the current Fed chief has set forward. Assuming that the economic data stays on track and inflation continues to remain relatively low here, does this pick today change your view of the tightening cycle in any way?
Well, first, I do take issue with the word ally. Again, he's a lawyer. Lawyers appease their clients, and he has gone the party line, so to speak. Janet Yellen wanted something, and he used the words that she has used. We don't know whether he agrees or disagrees. He's just gone along. As long as the ship is on autopilot, he's going to do everything the same way that Yellen did it. The question is what happens if there's a crisis? Now, he's a regulator. He might handle that well, but what happens if there's a recession? We don't know how he's going to act, and the reason I say that because I don't think he knows. What we have to look out for is who is he going to rely on? Is there going to be some leadership in the Fed staff? We rarely talk about those guys. Maybe a vice chair or somebody else. And so for the time being, yeah, everything is dandy, everything is great, but we just don't know where they're going to head because, in my view, Jay Powell doesn't know. I don't question his integrity or his intellect, but I question his interest even in monetary policy. And that's why I also don't think he's an ally of Yellen. Historically, the lawyers who are governors, they don't have their own staff, they don't do their own research. They come to these FOMC meetings at the presentations of the staff, and then they sign off on whatever comes in front of them. And now he's going to be in very different shoes, even if he has been at the Fed for many years.